Hello, this is Brandy Johnson from the Nevada Digital Engineers team, and today I'm going to talk to you about InsertLearning. InsertLearning is a really great online tool that allows you to turn any website into custom content. So the first thing you're going to want to do is sign up for InsertLearning. They have a bunch of great resources on their website. This is a paid subscription. You do get 3 free when you sign up. Otherwise, I believe it's less than $40 a year for this subscription. But if you invite people, you get a free month, which is really cool. They do have a public library that allows you to search by subject area, grade level. If you're looking for a particular person that shared it, you can search by their name as well in case you have a colleague who's created some content for you. They also have a lot of really cool resources too. You can find content just by searching a subject area. So for example, if I wanted to look up volcanoes, they'll give me all kinds of great websites that mention volcanoes that are safe for students to use. They also have tools that you can embed. And so you can embed Edpuzzle videos, YouTube, Google Forms, Maps, Quizlet, Desmos, which is great for math and creating graphs and equations. There's all different kinds of tools that you can embed right into any website, which I think is a really great tool. Now, if you do want to use InsertLearning on a website, the first thing you and your students need to do is go into the Chrome Web Store and download the InsertLearning extension. You have to have this extension in order to make the content viewable for yourself and your students. So once you have that link enabled, it'll appear here in your extensions bar, and it's just that little purple IL. Once you have that extension, you just find a website you want to use. So for example, if I'm looking at my world history class, I'm probably going to want to have a video or a lesson about the Holocaust. So this is a great article from the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum in DC about an introduction to the Holocaust. So once you find that website, you're just going to come over here to the right-hand side of your web browser bar and click on the InsertLearning extension. That's going to pop up with your tools over here on the left. So you have lots of different tools you can use. For example, you can highlight a text. So if I click on highlight, it'll allow me to highlight as much text as I want to, and just to kind of showcase it for my students. You can also insert sticky notes after a section. Sticky notes allow you to, if you want to embed additional images, YouTube videos, which I really love because then it gets rid of any kind of additional content that YouTube likes to put on the right-hand side. And it also really eliminates any kind of advertisements that could potentially be a little sketchy for our students. Here's also where you could embed a Google form if you wanted to. Really, the possibilities are endless for what you could do with a sticky note. You can also insert any kind of question. So for example, I inserted a question here where I'm asking my students to define the Holocaust in their own words. And then the cool thing is from the teacher side, I could click on this and view all of my students' responses. You can also insert a discussion like I have here, and it will allow me to narrow it down based on class periods if I want to, and then my students can actually have a discussion with one another. So you can go through the entire article, add as many sticky notes, questions, or discussions as you want, and then when you're ready, all you have to do is go ahead and click on the little 3 dots at the bottom, and you can assign it to your students. You can also share it with other teachers. You could view it as a student if you wanted to, so you can get an idea of what this is going to look like to your students. So obviously they're not going to have the view response button, and then you can go back to your teacher view. You can also print the lesson just in case, it's one of those days where you don't have access to technology. And then you can, of course, click on Go to Dashboard, and that'll take you back to the InsertLearning page where you will have a list of all of your lessons that you can use. You can even copy lessons from other teachers in the public library and then edit those for your own personal use. If you click on the Grades tab, it will allow you to grade your student responses based on lesson. So you can filter it by class, by lesson, by question, or by student, depending on how you want to assess it. And then if you click on classes, this will allow you to see all of your classes, which you, of course, can import straight from Google Classroom, which to me is amazing. The less things that my students have to learn to log into, the better, just so that it doesn't get confusing. So it is Google Classroom integrated. And then, of course, any grades that you put inside of InsertLearning will automatically get imported over to your Google Classroom. So it just makes it really nice and seamless. So I hope you've enjoyed this tour of InsertLearning. It is a great resource for you and your students in order to create custom content from any website out there.